This episode of Southeast Iowa Today is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa. Using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix it, clean it, and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa. For all your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer? They've got your trailer, and they can fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Gerling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. Fred also fixes and sells snowblowers. B&B Propane and the family of jet stops. Dutch Market and Coffee Talk of Washington, Iowa. Dutch Market can handle all of your grocery needs, and they even have a conference room you can use for free. Coffee Talk's drive-thru is open and ready to serve you coffee, energy drinks, sandwiches, baked goods, and ice cream. They all present the award-winning Southeast Iowa Today. Here's the author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host, John Bain.
Thank you, announcer Cody Roy of NewEnglandDukes.com for your golden pipes and wonderful introduction. Lots of things that have been going on at the Mount Pleasant Community School District Board of Education meeting this past Monday, March 24th. We got two more to cover on this podcast episode. It's the 2025-2026 Great Prairie AEA Service Agreement, along with the AFSCME Iowa Council 61, number 3865, 2025-2026 contract year, July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. This is year 3 of a 5-year agreement. Let's get right to it.
The next item on our agenda is consideration to approve the 25-26 Great Prairie AEA Service Agreement.
Okay. I'm going to have Dr. Butler go through the agreement for next year. What I wanted to do, though, is most of you are aware the change in the law that began with, this is our second year. Actually, this is our first year in the service agreement with the AEAs. Previously to that, the flow-through funds would go straight to the AEA, and we would access our services whenever we needed services. So now that the funds are coming to the district, and next in fiscal year 26, 100% of the learning and media services funds will come to the district. So we build a plan with the AEA on the professional development that we will need, and we contract with them for the amount of time and the amount of people that we will need. And so we've recently gone through that process with the AEA. But just to give you an idea, this is last year's flow through. The total flow through was almost $233,000. Last year we received 60% of that. The AEA would have received 40% of it. So next fiscal year 26, the district will receive 100% of those flow through dollars. So should be, I mean, if SSA goes up a little bit, it should be around $235,000 or so. So that's how we've built our service plan. So Dr. Butler, I will pull that up and scroll through it for you.
All right. So prior to meeting with the AEA, did some work with our building principals, with our members of our district leadership team. We have what's called an MTSS landscape. It's a document or a process that we use to think about all of our needs, all our potential needs, and thinking about the year ahead, getting feedback from all of our building leaders on projected needs for the year, and went through a process to make sure we had determined all of those needs prior to having this conversation, and this is the result of those conversations. So starting up on the top row, we have a literacy consultant. Kara Beach is the person that we requested and we're being told we'll receive. We're actually going to purchase a day a week for the entire year with Kara Beach. Kara's worked with our staff quite a bit this year and done an excellent job. The work that we're asking for with Kara Beach, three things. We're doing highly impactful routines at the elementary level, literacy routines, co-teaching at the elementary, potentially at the middle school level, and then reading strategies in science and social studies at the middle school level. So super excited to have an opportunity to have Kara Beach with our staff a day a week through the entire year. Next, science consultant, we have one day with the science consultant, it's $922. That would be split into 2 half days at the elementary level. We started working with our elementary science teachers beginning of this year on the NGSS science standard, so that's a continuation of that work. We're excited about that. Moving on down, we've got a full day with computer science. Seth Danning's going to come in and continue the work we've started with computer science at the elementary level, so there'll be another 2 half days there. This next expense is a comprehensive package. This is for our media services. So it says 3 services. The 3 services are, we have online resources that each of our students have access to, and our staff also have access to some online resources. There are physical resources that staff can purchase, including books, kits, manipulatives, and then there's also a Bain service to deliver those materials and then return them when we're finished with them. So for all 3 services, total cost here was $29,435. So we'll continue with those services. Next, we have access to a SPED consultant, Julie Thomas, to come in. Primarily, this is to support the continued implementation of PBIS, both for our teachers and for our counselors. Our counselors take our data from our savers and uses that information to support our students who have needs in social emotional behavioral health. So we've got 5.5 days of work with PBIS and savers. This next one, special ed facilitator, you see there for $25,000. So this is a new role. The role of our special education consultants has changed recently. They are focused on 2 things. One of them is child find, which is identifying students who have a need for special education services. And the second role is FAPE, free and appropriate public education. So those are the 2 things that special education consultants can work with our staff on. Anything beyond child find or FAPE is an extra charge for us. And so instead of trying to do it, bit by bit, we wanted to have a consistent way to support our staff when it came to compliance. When it comes to special ed compliance, there's a lot involved, both with paperwork, with meetings. There's a lot of expectation there for us to make sure that we're in compliance. So we are purchasing a role, it's called a special ed facilitator. This would be a person that would come in once a week throughout the year to support our teachers, to coach our teachers, our special ed teachers on that compliance piece. Sit down, come alongside, help them with the paperwork, help them with questions they have about meetings, questions they have about the compliance, and really provide that extra level of support that they don't quite have at this point.
Are we using that currently?
No, that's a new position, it's brand new.
However, that is a role that the special ed consultants have done over the years, help teachers with compliance issues, writing IEPs, appropriate language in IEPs, prior written notices, making sure that those are done appropriately. And and so it's very needed, but they don't do it anymore. They're only focused on FAPE, free and appropriate public education, and child find. And so any compliance issues the district is responsible for. So this will give us some of the help we need on IEPs, prior written notices, those kind of things.
For instance, when I was a special ed teacher 15 some odd years ago, when you wrote an IEP, before you ever submitted it, you had someone from the AEA read through it, make sure that it was the way it needed to be. That no longer exists. And so this is something similar to that, where you'd have someone come alongside, especially a brand new special ed teacher, and make sure everything is where it needs to be. If they have questions about why something needs to be a certain way, you can educate them. If we've got several teachers struggling to figure out how to do something, we can do some professional learning. This person can provide that professional learning. So it's just another layer of support for our special education teachers. In addition to that, we're gonna build some time into the schedule next year, just for paperwork. Just give them some paperwork days so they have that extra time to get that done. Next charge, this is just continue our crisis support. This is something that's ongoing whenever there's a crisis in the district and we need the crisis support team to come in and support our students and our staff. That'll continue. And then of course our AEA online access. AEA Learning Online Access is for professional learning for our staff. Clever ClassLink, this is how our students, it's a quick and easy way for them to access all of their online resources. They can scan one code that gives them access to all of their online. You want to add more to that? It's a very easy, simple way for me to explain technology. And then our membership to AEA is $350. So the total, $90,709. Questions about any of that?
So what would those additional funds,
Could be used for any general fund purpose.
any general fund?
Yep. Yep.
Any other questions? This is actually new business, so it's not a discussion item. Is there a motion to approve the grade order AEA 2526 service agreement? I so moved. Second?
Second.
Jessica, roll call?
Blend,
Yes.
Mullen,
Yes.
Maher,
Yes.
Williamson,
Yes.
Husinga, yes, Hampton.
Yes.
Next, we have consideration to approve the 25-26 contractual agreement with AFSCME Local 3865.
Okay, so we had our negotiations with the AFSCME group on March 13th. We'll be entering into year 3 of a 5-year agreement, and so we were just negotiating wages, so what we negotiated was step movement. So our AFSCME group represents our paraeducators, our custodians, and our buildings and grounds. So what we negotiated was step movement for all paraeducators, custodians, and maintenance employees, so they would move down on the schedule. We proposed a $1.25 increase per hour for our paraeducators' salary schedule. That will take our starting paraeducator wage to $14 per hour, with the opportunity to make an additional 70 cents per hour with paraeducator certification, which the district will pay for. We will pay for that training. The board, as we proposed, the tentative agreement proposes an increase of $1.02 per hour to the custodian salary schedule. That will take our custodian starting hourly wage to $15 per hour. And the tentative agreement proposes a 75-cent per hour increase to the maintenance salary schedule, and that will take our starting maintenance wage to $18.50 per hour. That's the tentative agreement would recommend you approve.
Does the board have any questions? Is there a motion to approve the contractual agreement for 25-26?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Blend,
Yes.
Mullen,
Yes.
Maher,
Yes.
Williamson,
Yes.
Husinga, yes, Hampton.
Yes.
I want to thank you for watching this podcast, and not just this particular episode, but all the episodes that you watch. I truly appreciate it. You're watching from all over the place. And once again, thank you for that. Make sure to give this episode a like and make sure to follow and subscribe. It's free. Never a dull moment, as I said before, with the school board meetings. The folks are working hard. They're doing a lot that they think is in the best interest of the students of the Mount Pleasant Community School District. And let me know and let them know what you think in the comments right down below. Leave a comment. Thanks again for watching, and thank you to my sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Cells, Girling Repair, B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops, the Dutch Market, and Coffee Talk. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.